This is the follow-up video from the Smoker Made from Scrap video. First thing I do here is remove the old shelves and that underpowered burner thing that's right there. And I ended up putting them on. Actually, here I'm taking out all the stuff that's stuck with grease from cooking. The sensing bulb comes out. I put the burner on the sensor thermostat. I put them on the back table. I'm going to use them for a smoker later on, something smaller. Here I'm tweaking the burner so it fits, so the door will close, not hit it. I'm measure. I just want to cut one time so I don't make a mistake and end up screwing myself here. Next thing, comes up the grinder to connect the holes and knock off that piece. Make the pass-through hole. Next thing is I use the drill, make the 4 corner indicators in the back. It makes it easier to line up for the next cut. I get the grinder out again and connect the dots. Use that A piece. And the burner sticks through and see it on through. Now I'm mounting that burner with a couple of sheet metal screws, self-tappers, and my impact driver. Next, quick work. I wish this thing still worked as a refrigerator so it could pull double duty, but it long since quit. It didn't work when I got it. Somebody already drained the Freon out, so take out the condenser and the compressor. I thought about keeping the compressor and making a vacuum pump out of it, but oh well, I don't need that clutter. Probably never use it as a vacuum pump anyway, so I just fixed it. Cut the wires. Freon is already gone. Next thing I'm going to be doing here is putting the front door back on. Access panel. Figured that'd be a perfect spot to mount that control panel. Mocking it up here. Getting ready to cut it out and mount her in. I use a saw here, then off camera I use the plasma torch and cut that section out in the front. You see it right there. Now, this was a trial and error thing. I didn't know exactly where to put that sensing element. I made that mark and then I realized that that hole was already there, so I figured I might as well just make that hole. That thermostat, I ended up relocating it a little bit higher later on because after the test burn, it just wasn't cycling correctly. It wasn't turning on at the correct temperature. I just trial and error, moved it back up a little higher and about another 6 or 8 inches higher than what you see right here, and it worked out pretty good. You can set the thing to 250 and it stays at 250. If you put it to 350, it stays at 350, and it takes about 15 degrees difference, and she turns back on again. And here I'm mounting the terminal block. I actually did end up using this cord. It was way too short, and it didn't have the right prong configuration for my outlet. This is just showing that how I mounted that terminal block. The hot leads and the ground strap, you'll see here in a second. I take that middle section out and attach the ground to the chassis. Nothing much left to do here, but put the burner wires up. Okay, here. Now I can see the panels mounted. the two little screws you see down there in the bottom corners. That's what's holding that control in. And I'm turning it on and turning the temperature up. For some reason, it's really hard to see the display. I don't understand exactly why, but now it's heating up. It's hard to tell. The camera's not that great, but it starts to warm up. You can see it starts to get red hot. You can't tell, so I grab a piece of paper and put it on there just so you can see that it actually is heating. So I'm a happy camper. End of part 1. Part 2 will be coming up.